Great news! I'm going to be expanding my goldfish business. Welcome back to Stubbs Aquatics. Well, this is a kind of a special episode for me here at Stubbs Aquatics. You know how much I love my shubunkins. Well, I decided, this is the year I'm going to expand it even more so. Uh, First thing I'm going to do is, I got some culling to do. I've already done that. I think I took out over 50 fish already today. And the plan is today I'm going to be picking out a certain amount of fish for a new store that are going to get my shubunkins for the first time. Now, they only wanted small ones, so it's really difficult on which ones I want to give them. Obviously, I'm not going to give them my very best, and I can't really give them the ones that are going to develop later. So they have to kind of pop, but I don't want to give them all my best stuff because I know I'm not going to get a premium price. So why am I doing this? Well, again, it's to expand the business, but I went out and I bought two more 100-gallon stock tanks. I'm going to breed a lot more shubunkins this year. I'm really going to push that, and I'm going to breed my Joaquin goldfish, which, I think is going to be excellent. Plus, I'm going to play around with some of those species with the Joaquin, and I may even try to make them more like a Watanabe if I said it right. If I didn't, I apologize. Um, yeah, I'm really excited about this year's spawn, but you have to get excited about this when it's this long of a winter because it has been one brutal winter. Well, let's get into this the main topic, which is selecting fish for the first time that's ever going to go to a new store. And I still have my old stores, but this is what I wanted to go over with you for your very first store. And you could do this with any fish, but with shubunkins, comets, uh, any goldfish or koi, you know, you have to pick the right time for them to go to the store for the first time, right? You know, like I said, you can't give them your very best, and you can't give them your worst either. So come on with me, and we're going to check through the tanks. Well, I can tell you right off the bat, they're not getting any of these. These are all going to be bred this year, and I'm holding back, thinking that I've got some real up and comers. In fact, I know I do, and especially this guy here. I can't wait to spawn them. But let's look at the fish that we are going to move on. I've taken about 50 of these fry out of this 90-gallon tank. Now, the vast majority of these are too small to be sold. There are a couple, and we'll go through and we'll select them, and I'll let you know why I selected them, and what I think what the outcome will be for them. Most of the fish will come from this tank here. Again, there's some really beautiful fish in here. I have to be careful which ones I move on and which ones I keep. There's some really tough decisions because there's some really nice fish in here. And the ones that I decide not to sell right off will be grown up and then sold later. Down below, I've got some really nice fish. Some are a little bit bigger. I'm going to include a few of those fish. Probably not the white ones. If I do, it'll be just one. And then I'll move up the fish that I want to keep into a bigger tank so I get a better growth rate, like that little one right there. And that one. There's some definitely nice fish in here. And I doubt I'll move any of these off yet. They're not going to want to pay the price that I'm going to want for these guys. It's, well, they're pretty high quality. There may be one or two that I'll move on with that group. I've moved virtually everyone out of this tank, all but 3 or 4, and they will be included in the group that'll go on to the new fish store. These are mainly some blues that are just starting out, and they're going to be developing nicely. See the blue there? That's going to be a nice fish. As will this one here. It just has to develop a little bit more. Now I know he's asked for a lot of tricolored, so that's what I'm going to give him. There's a couple nice tricolored and some other nice fish out of this tank. Um, and I'll show you why the ones I pick and why I'm not going to keep them. And just because I choose not to keep them doesn't mean they're not good. It's just they don't have the look that I'm striving for. One of the first fish I picked is this really nice finned tricolored. Why I'm not going to pick it is, well, I've got several like it, and that red around the gills doesn't mean there isn't a gill plate. It's just it's kind of see-through. I did pick it out to verify that it does have a gill plate. It's just not something I want, but it's a beautiful fish. It's going to make somebody happy. This is the next one I chose. You're going to think it's a Sarasa Comet, but it's not. It's actually a Shubunkin. We got some black that's going to come out on that. It's actually quite a nice fish. This one here is another nice tricolored, very similar to this one. And I have ample of that same coloration and marking. If you made it this far, I really appreciate it. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up. It really does help. And share and think about subscribing. I would appreciate it. This little guy was a tough decision. Some really nice coloration on it and some nice markings. But again, I have plenty of that, and the fins aren't quite long enough for what I'm looking for. But it's definitely a nice tricolor that this fish store should sell pretty quick. I've added another tricolor, but this will have a nice, really nice blue, and it's coming out now. So I think they should be happy with that fish. This one here is a beautiful blue and black, mainly. Blue is only going to intensify. Not real happy with me moving them right now, but that is one beautiful fish. Uh, don't worry, that dorsal will raise. It's just not happy that I moved them. Another nice little Sarasa style comet, even though it is a Shubunkin. Just going to give them a wide variety of different looks. Another nice red, black, and blue with a bit of white in it. That should turn into a really nice fish. Again, that red over the gill, not to worry. It's just translucent. It is actually covered. That's the thing about this that age, that you can't really tell until you really inspect it. That is not an open gill cover. It's covered properly. So far, they're getting some really nice fish, as far as I'm concerned. Again, they're not my best, and I'm not selling off anything that I'm going to regret, or hopefully regret. I really debated moving this guy along, simply because I just love the coloring on the head of it. But being that it's not uniform throughout, I decided to move it along. This guy here, I also debated on letting go so early, But being that it didn't have long fins, the blue on that is going to be phenomenal. And once these guys relax, the colors are going to pop back. So I'll wait another half hour and show you what they look like then. These are the fish that I've chosen to send off. There's some really, really good quality fish in here. Blues are really nice. The reds will intensify. And I think this should make them pretty happy with this selection. Again, I'm not going to get a lot of money for this, but it's a start in the right direction with this one store. And as I grow my Shubunkin and goldfish business, I may start selling some privately and maybe even start shipping some. May. It all depends on a lot of things. Right now, it's very expensive to ship, and I get a lot of requests from the States and Western Canada to ship them, but the shipping rates are astronomical, and I'd be worried that they would die in transit, and it's the last thing I want with these quality Shubunkins. At least I think they're fairly good quality. They're better than you would see in a box store, that's for sure, and they're a lot healthier. By me moving these guys off, I was actually able to take the highest quality from the fish down here and move them into bigger tanks. That way they'll grow much better. I was able to move 4 very nice Shubunkins from the lower tanks into this. And this is what I'm going to keep my eye on over the winter. And then these guys will all get grown up outside in a IBC tank all to themselves. Whereas these guys, I'm not sure yet what I'm going to do with. They'll probably go into a different IBC tank, depending on how they color up. I mean, there's still a few nice ones in here that I think are going to come around. But there's a lot less fish in here now. Wow. Hey, that one's got some potential. How'd I miss you? This one is almost like a huge series. Yeah, that'll definitely be a keeper. There's just so many small ones in here, and now that I've cleared them out, they should do a lot better. Like this little guy here. Got beautiful markings. That's definitely a grow up material fish. Yeah, that's going to be something special. And by doing all that culling and moving on fish, you get a better look at the fish that you do keep. Wow, still lots of fish to go through. These ones here, they'll all be sold maybe this winter, maybe in the spring. These guys here, well, they'll be going with the others in a grow on IBC tank. Some will get sold right off. So many decisions to make. There are some beauties in there, but I'm going to want a premium for these guys. I think you could probably tell why with most of them. What do you think? The whole idea with me breeding these is to get better quality. See, I did start with about 4 to 6 box store ordinary Shubunkins. They weren't anything to write home about, but I took the qualities and their offspring and just kept breeding them. Well, this is a conclusion on this episode regarding my Shubunkins. I hope you've enjoyed it. Remember to hit that thumbs up. Think about subscribing and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any upcoming videos. And if you really want to be kind, hit that join button to be a member of the Stubbs Club for as little as $1 a month. Anyways, thanks again. We'll see you real soon. Bye for now.